Good morning students, welcome to you all 12th standard commerce. In this video we are going to discuss unit 10 company law and secretarial practice, chapter 27 company management. So today we are going to discuss introduction of company management, what is the meaning of company management and definition, and who are the key manager personnel of company. So we will see one by one. First going to see introduction of company management. So introduction of company management. So the concept of nature of company was explained in the previous lesson. So last lesson we discussed. So it has a endless lifespan and life of the company is not affected due to changes in the members. That is, any member may come and go, but the company lives till its death according to the provision of this act. So in this lesson, how this artificial person is managed is discussed. So it is managed by a group of human beings. So what is meant company management? So who is managed a company? So what are the duties and liabilities of the company? So in this lesson we are going to discuss. So who is managed a company? So a company is managed by a group of person. The group of members are called a board of directors. Understand? So the group of human beings who undertake the responsibility to run the business of the company are known as board of directors, and members of the board individually called a director. So the group of members are called the board of directors, so individually called as director. So the directors plays a vital role in the functioning of company by controlling. So directors play an important role in the functioning of the company by controlling, guiding, directing and managing the affairs of the company. So the overall performance of any company is vested with the directors. So the company is managed by the board of directors. So the company is controlled by board of directors. So who are the persons or included the board of directors? So they are responsible for it. Every person in the board of individually or collectively is responsible for achieving their objectives prescribed in the memorandum of association of the company. So the appointment of directors and their qualification are specified in the Companies Act 2013 chapter 11. So in the company management, board of directors get nucleus positions and their selection is according to the procedure prescribed laid down in the Act of Articles of Association. Since the success of any company depends on the efficient functioning of directors. So if any company, success of any company depends on only the efficient functioning of the directors. So directors are called, they can be called as eyes, ears, brains, hands, nerves and their other essential parts of the company. So the directors formulate policies and establish organizational setup for implementing those policies in order to achieve the objectives contained in the memorandum of association of the company. So who are the persons included in the board of directors? So they will be appointed by the company or they are elected by the shareholders. So the success of any company depends upon the efficient functioning of only directors. So next we are going to discuss meaning and definition of directors. So meaning and definition: the person, one who takes the active interest in the well-being of company and one of the members of board of directors is called a director of company. So a director is a person from a board of directors who leads or supervises the functioning of the company. So company means the company is managed by a group of human beings. The group of human beings are called a board of directors. So the members individually called the directors. So the director only play an important role in the company. So the company is the artificial person, you all know that. So the success of any company depends on only upon the directors. So the Companies Act 2013 section 234 defines director appointed to the board of company is. So a person who is appointed or elected the member of board of directors of the company and has the responsibility of determining and implementing policies along with the others in the board. So all the persons in the board of directors or the persons are appointed by the company, they elected by the shareholders as responsible for determining and implementing the policies along with their others in the board. So it is not necessary to hold any shares in the company or be an employee. So directors act on the basis of resolution made in the board of directors meeting according to their powers stated in the articles of association of the company. The next one, minimum and maximum number of directors in a company. So what is the minimum and the maximum numbers? Okay, so section 149(1), the Companies Act 2013 requires that every company shall have a section 149(1), section 1 Companies Act 2013 requires that every company shall have a minimum number of 3 directors in the case of public company. So in the case of public company, minimum 3 directors. 2 directors in the case of private company. In case of private company, minimum 2 directors, and 1 director in the case of 1 person company. So a company can appoint maximum 15 directors after passing a special resolution. So maximum only a company can appoint the maximum 15 directors. If need, a company may appoint more than 15 directors, means after passing a special resolution only, then general meeting and approval of central government is not required. So after more than 15 directors means the company has passing after the passing a special resolution only can appoint the more than 15 directors. So in general meeting and approval of central government is not required. Okay, so a company may appoint more 15 directors. Okay, so passing only the special resolution, then only the company can appoint the more than 15 directors. After that, a period of 1 year has been provided to enable the companies existing on or before the commencement of Companies Act 2013 to comply with this requirement. So next we are going to discuss general duties are not mentioned in the Companies Act and therefore are not obligatory for the directors to perform. So some of them are mentioned below here. To first one, to act in the good faith. What are the general duties? First point, to act in good faith. The directors are expected to act in the good faith, that is, they should always act the best interest of the company. So the directors should not make any secret profits. Second point, to act with the utmost care. So the directors should conduct their work with the utmost care. They should act with the prudence. The next one, not to delegate work. So directors are supposed to perform all the work by themselves. They are not expected to delegate their work to anyone else. So the directors are supposed to perform all the work by themselves only. So they are not expected to delegate their work to someone else, means subordinates. So delegate means subordinates to delegate their work to anyone else. So however, in the following cases, the directors may be choose to delegate their work to someone else sometimes. So if it is permitted in the Companies Act or in the Articles of Association, then if the directors cannot perform the certain work that demands specialized expertise, such work can be delegated in the such cases. Okay, so next we are going to discuss key managerial personnel of company. So who is called a key managerial person? Means in company management, who is playing the important role, those persons are called the key managerial personnel of company. So Companies Act 2013 has introduced a new concept and key managerial person is one of them. So KMP, key managerial person, covers the traditional roles of managing director and whole-time director and also includes some functional heads like chief financial officer and chief executive officer and a company secretary. So who are the key managerial person? The definition of the term key managerial person is contained in the section 250 subsection 1 of the Companies Act 2013. This section states the chief executive officer, the managing director or the manager, the company secretary, the whole-time director, the chief financial officer, and such other officers as may be prescribed. So those persons are called the key managerial personnel. So those persons play a important role in the company. So this person are called a key managerial person. Thank you, students.